The night of the fight, they weigh like a 20, 18 pounds more than you. Is difficult. It's more difficult, but my power is there. If you hear the punches, my power is different.
Class is really like 3, and early I feel Terence will have great success. I mean, maybe he'll get Canelo's head snapped back, or catch Canelo early.
There's about the Canelo's just too big, and they mistake him as being just a guy at 168, not a regular guy, and Crawford being the more talented. But that's not the.
Canelo Alvarez reacts to Terence Crawford's new training footage with measured respect. He admits that Crawford's style carries shades of Floyd Mayweather's slickness and acknowledges the discipline behind his preparation. Still, Canelo remains confident in his own ability, stating that while Crawford's skill and power are real, they are not enough to shake him. With determination.
Good, because first of all is the respect. If they treat you with respect, you do the same thing. And that's what I think. So, and I'm always try to do my best there. Not because I need it or because I need to, because I really appreciate everything.
Yeah, look, and you've been fighting pro now for what, more than 17 years, I believe?
Almost 20.
Wow, yeah, almost 20 years.
In October.
Wow.
I turned 20 years as professional.
Canelo declares he is ready to dominate and prove his superiority once again. One of the clearest distinctions analysts make between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez lies in how opponents approach each fighter. Crawford, known for his technical brilliance and ability to adjust, often faces challengers who stand their ground. They respect his timing and counterpunching, but do not literally flee across the ring. With Canelo, the dynamic changes. Fighters often circle away.
We ain't see Majormov in his last fight run from Terence Crawford. But we do see people running away from Canelo Alvarez. People not trying to commit to Canelo Alvarez. We seen it with William Skull. Dude was just as cut up as anybody in the sport of boxing. Mother ever was running. The Cuban style, running. We already know that the Cuban school, man, they highly respected in the sport of boxing. He was running. Jamel Charlo, Iron Man Charlo. I ain't gonna say he wasn't running, but he wasn't committed. He wasn't committed the way that he was committed in the 154-pound division when he was knocking everybody else to get his titles, right? It was very uncharacteristic from Iron Man Jamel Charlo, a knockout artist, right? Even, I'm going to tell you like this, even Dimitri Bivol was going at it with Canelo Alvarez. 1-2, but he was jumping right back out. Jumping right back out. He beat him in the style that Dimitri Bivol beat him. But it's not like he went out there and had that killer instinct and go for the gusto and stuff like that with Canelo Alvarez. He wasn't just trying to go out there and get him. He was beep, 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 jump back out, jump back out, beep, beep, jump back out. Hold on, I don't want to stay in the danger zone, right? Even though that he beat Canelo Alvarez, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Edgar Berlanga. We see Edgar Berlanga using his footwork. We see Edgar Berlanga using his footwork and stuff like that, right? He made a good account of himself, but he didn't commit the way he was committing versus Mantequilla and all his opponents, because Canelo Alvarez is different. Canelo Alvarez is dangerous. And I've been hearing, of course, a lot of people saying that Bud Crawford is dangerous, but ain't nobody. I never saw nobody that fought Terence Bud Crawford had fear in their heart, fear in their eyes. Even when they was getting beat down from Terence Bud Crawford, they still stepped to Terence Bud Crawford.
Use excessive movement and try to survive, knowing his power punches can change a fight instantly. Analysts highlight this difference as proof of Canelo's fearsome reputation. He is a fighter whose shots carry both physical and psychological weight, forcing opponents into defensive mindsets before the first punch even lands. This contrast underscores the stylistic intrigue of Canelo versus Crawford. Crawford thrives when fighters engage, while Canelo thrives when his pressure and power break their will. Canelo's sparring partners, who have felt his power firsthand.
Big Crawford fan as well. Like every time he sees me and my brothers and my dad at fights, he comes out of his way, shakes our hand. It's all respect. But I just feel the weight's a little too much, Marcos. I feel going up 2 weight classes really like 3. And early, I feel Terence will have great success. I mean, maybe he'll get Canelo's head snap back, or, catch Canelo early. Maybe I could see Terence Crawford go southpaw, because you see Canelo has had a bit of problems with southpaws. You could see Canelo, I could see him getting frustrated, picking him up like how he does, like when he gets frustrated. But I say 6th, 7th, 8th round on up, I think he'll figure him out. And we need Canelo to get a stoppage, if not get a get a knockout. I think it'll be great for Mexico, and it'll be great for Razas. But I got Canelo, coming.
Bring a unique perspective to the debate. One sparring partner expressed blunt skepticism about Crawford's chances, saying he cannot see Bud carrying the extra weight effectively. The reasoning is rooted in experience. Canelo has fought and beaten bigger men at higher weight classes, including light heavyweights. Crawford, on the other hand, is moving up into unfamiliar territory. The added muscle may enhance his strength, but also risks slowing him down. For a fighter whose speed and precision are central to success, even a slight drop could be costly.
Pounds, right? And again, stark contrast to what Terence Crawford is having to deal with. He is fighting guys, and when I say cutting down from 190, probably in the ring at 190 pounds, much less cutting down from it. Crawford's probably used to being hit by guys like Sean Porter, who, maybe 160 pound on fight night. The difference is just night and day. So I was thinking, how in God's name are you going to get around that? How are you going to get around the strength disadvantage? Because Crawford is very physically strong, and he normally always has, maybe with the exception of Sean Porter, although that was kind of much of a muchness. Sean Porter did really well that fight. He's normally always had the physical strength advantage. Very physically strong as Terence Crawford. And I just remember thinking, how are you going to get around that? You're used to hitting guys and they get hurt. Alvarez has been hit by Danny Jacobs. He's been hit by Triple G. He's been hit by Bivol, Kovalev, Callum Smith, etc., etc., etc. Big punching guys who are a lot bigger than Terence Crawford. Granted, not skillful, a lot bigger. So again, I'm thinking, how are you going to get around this? Well, Crawford has released a couple of training clips, and in those training clips, yikes, he's looking good for one. He's looking a lot better than Canelo was looking in some of his training clips. But again, you can't read a great deal into those training clips, because again, Alvarez is clearly holding back. People say, oh, he looked terrible. It's like, well, you can kind of tell he's not going full tilt. You can kind of tell that. So what does that tell you? How many times have we seen guys look good on the pads, and then on fight night they've nothing left? I distinctly remember Alexander Povetkin in the run-up to the second Dillian Whyte fight in an open workout.
The sparring partner's view reflects concerns that no matter how skilled Crawford is, the physical toll of carrying more mass against an elite puncher like Canelo could prove insurmountable. Fernando Vargas, the former world champion and Mexican boxing icon, has made his stance clear. He insists Mexico needs Canelo Alvarez to win this fight. For Vargas, Canelo is not only a great fighter, but also a symbol of national pride, carrying the legacy of Julio Cesar Chavez and other Mexican legends. His success represents more than individual achievement. It resonates deeply with fans who see him as the face of Mexican boxing today. Vargas acknowledges Crawford's brilliance.
Boxing is hanging on a thread. If Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford pulls a Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather, there's no turning back. In this side of the pond, boxing is dead. Look, a lot of things is going to Saudi Arabia. David Benavidez, one of the phenoms in the sport of boxing, going to be performing in Saudi Arabia. Devin Haney going to be performing in Saudi Arabia. Just put this. Jerome Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz, if it would have came to fruition, was going to happen in Saudi Arabia. Boots Ennis and Tio could have happened in Saudi Arabia. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia was going to happen in Saudi Arabia. So a lot of these big fight that it was planned was not going to be here. It's not going to be here. So for networks to trust the sport of boxing once again, this fight between Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford, whoever you pick, whoever you support, is more than just wins and losses. Doesn't matter. The fight has to win. Doesn't matter if Canelo Alvarez, doesn't matter if Terence Crawford win, lose. The fight has to win. Just like when it was Hagler versus Hearns on a Monday, prime time. Prime time. That was a fight on a Monday, prime time, free TV. They put up a wonderful performance to this day. People still remember, and it was only 3 rounds. Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, they better show out.
But stresses the emotional stakes. Mexico expects its champion to defend national pride on the biggest stage. With the boxing world watching, Vargas believes Canelo must rise to the occasion and secure victory, not only for himself, but for his country. Canelo's punches have stopped bigger men, and moving up in weight has historically challenged smaller fighters. But recent footage from Crawford's camp has silenced many critics. Training videos show Bud looking bigger, stronger, and sharper than ever. His weight gain appears to have enhanced his athleticism rather than diminished it.
You're a lifelong combat sports fan. You go to all the events. Everyone's talking about the one fight right now, Terence Crawford versus Canelo. Who do you got?
I gotta go Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford?
Yeah.
Why?
This is the best ever.
Really? You think he's the greatest ever?
Yeah.
Over Ali, Muhammad Ali? I didn't know you were a big Terence Crawford fan like that.
You have to understand that there's eras, and in different eras, you can bring down the titles. Like, for example, Joker's the best big man now.
Right.
And I don't like.
You put Joker over you as the best big man?
Oh. Different eras and different time. It's not my era, not my time now.
True.
It's their time. So he's the greatest big man in the NBA right now. So I let the people decide who that. But right now, Terence Crawford is the best.
So
and Floyd, because Floyd has never lost.
So how does Terence beat Canelo? Decision?
He's
or
going to knock him out.
He's going to knock Canelo out?
Yes, man.
So they're going to have the fight at the Vegas Stadium, Raider Stadium. You're going to be there?
I heard it was off.
No, it's back on.
Okay.
Now
yes,
it's back on. It's in September 13th in Vegas.
Yeah, I'll be there.
You'll be there. Front row?
Of course.
All right, cool. You're the man. Listen, I saw you lace up the gloves once versus Oscar De La Hoya. Can we ever see you put the gloves back on? Maybe versus Dwight Howard.
Well, why would I fight him? I only fight champions.
You only fight
champions. If I do, see, my thing is, all these guys had a problem with me, but you wait till I turn 50 to say you want to fight.
Right.
I don't respect that. I'll fight Gronk, because Gronk is a champion, and he's a friend of mine, and I know that he'll compete.
So you want to box Gronk or MMA?
What up? MMA.
MMA.
Yeah.
So, hey, bigger. So you're a legend. Hey, you're always the coolest. Congrats on another successful year at Shaq's Funhouse.
Comment. Analysts note that Crawford has managed to add muscle without losing agility, showcasing quick footwork and crisp combinations. This transformation has changed the narrative from doubt to intrigue. Instead of appearing undersized, Crawford looks like a man ready to embrace the challenge, proving that his preparation and discipline have allowed him to adapt to the demands of a higher weight class former world champion Amir Khan, who faced both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford in his career, offered valuable insight.
So Canelo's most recent opponent, former IBF 168-pound champion William Skull, spoke about the upcoming Canelo versus Crawford fight, as well as his experience fighting Canelo, with him citing that he was robbed and everybody knows it. William Skull, whose style of fighting received heavy backlash, also said that the way he fought was all part of their master plan. Skull, who was galloping a lot, said that the whole idea is to make sure that Canelo keeps on missing, in which William Skull himself argues that he was successful in achieving. He also said that the whole experience of facing Canelo Alvarez was bittersweet because despite not getting hit by Canelo, for some reason he still ended up losing, once again insisting that he was robbed. Now, when asked about his prediction for the upcoming Canelo versus Crawford fight, William Skull kept it safe and vague without choosing a winner.
Boxing great Shane Mosley, who shared the ring with Canelo in 2012, provided a straightforward...
Khan praised Canelo as a beast, citing his raw strength and ability to absorb punishment while delivering devastating counters. Having experienced Canelo's power firsthand in their 2016 fight, Khan knows how punishing Alvarez can be. His assessment carries weight because he also understands Crawford's skill set, having been stopped by Bud in 2019. Khan respects both men, but insists that Canelo's size and physical dominance create a unique advantage. To him, Canelo represents a level of danger that even the most talented boxers cannot overlook.